Hi guys, so I actually wanted to make this quick video before going to bed because I don't really know when I would get to it otherwise. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the new Sony Xperia 10 that I just got and the 10 Plus, which is actually, by the way, recording this video. So 1080p video from the front facing cam and the onboard sound is what you're looking at right now, just so you get a little bit of a feel for it. But I just have to say this. I've used this phone for a few hours today, both alongside, and my question kind of to you is, has Sony now finally completely lost it? Because I just want to make sure that you know, and you don't have to believe it obviously, but I am not a Sony hater because just look at my past reviews, especially the Sony Xperia XZ2 and the XZ3. I really like those phones. They weren't perfect, but pretty good. But whatever they did with the Xperia 10 and 10 Plus, and I kind of actually have quite a lot of doubts now about the one because they have a lot of same traits. Because let's just get into this thing. First of all, the cheap one is 350 euros and the 10 Plus is 420 euros, and what you get is the Snapdragon 630 or a 636. First of all, that is not good hardware for the price, just to get that out of the way. But these phones actually aren't built good. I mean, this has to be plastic, and if it's not, then it's pretty cheap aluminum or whatever it is, because and the big one actually creaks a lot more, so it doesn't feel super solid, which isn't an issue because if you just normally use it, it's fine, but it doesn't feel solid. And then, for example, I don't know what they did with those buttons. They are pretty much almost flush, and the one on the 10 Plus is actually crooked and kind of almost already in the frame, so it's pretty hard to actually push the volume rocker. Then, the fingerprint reader is actually pretty fast, but it's just that if you want to turn it off, you need to use the button above. So this is not convenient if you turn the phone on like this and then you have to press a button, an extra different button. That's weird. And then let's get to the big thing. Yeah, big thing, it's the aspect ratio, 21:9. Now, if you've seen some of my previous videos when I talked about the 21:1 ratio, I was always very hesitant and I said I don't think it's a good thing, I think it's a bad idea. And I'm actually not looking at the camera the whole time because it's upside. I'm looking at the speaker. But 21:9 is not a good idea. Why? I mean, there's like a third of the phone that you pretty much can't reach, at least conveniently. There is also a very hard stretch if you want to get down to the bottom, to the back button to get to that one. I mean, they now have the side sense, which kind of allows you to swipe from the side, which makes it easier, but still 21:9 isn't good. Then this speaker is pretty bad. Then there's something wrong with the performance. I hope it will get better over maybe the next few hours, maybe until tomorrow. But with the 630 or the 636, these phones are running under what they actually should perform in. I know 630 phones, I know 636 phones, yeah. And those usually run noticeably better. Battery, I mean, I can't judge it yet. They didn't really use the biggest batteries, but that shouldn't be an issue, especially for the mid-range phones, even though actually most mid-range phones these days have better battery life than the good ones, and you know, this doesn't seem to be the thing here. I haven't checked the camera at all yet because it was pretty dark already quickly, so overall, for now, I mean, let me just tell you this. This is my first initial impression after a few hours, but that usually tells me quite a lot. But I don't really have an issue with the build quality. It doesn't feel high quality at all. It feels actually below average in terms of build quality, but it still feels good. I like the in-hand feel. The aspect ratio I don't like at all. The buttons, I could live with that, but it's definitely far from perfect. The display actually isn't all that great because it has quite a lot of IPS glow, and let's not even talk about 21:9. It's a failure, and I hope actually that they will fail with this series so badly that they will kind of accept it and go back to 18:9, 19:9, but definitely not that. Because at first, when 16:9 was still the standard, I wasn't a fan of 18:9 or 19:9, but I got used to it because that was still rational. 21:9, especially for example if you watch YouTube videos, and those are made in 16:9, if you stretch them to 21:9, so much gets cut off because I actually make my videos in a way that I allow them to be stretched to 19:9, and you don't really lose out on any content because I record them in 16:9, so I leave a little bit of overhead. If I do the same with 21:9, still a lot of things get cut out, and most normal 16:9 videos, they don't leave you this headroom. You don't see anything, and if you have it normally in 16:9, you lose so much out of screen. So build quality should be better. Display, for the price, it's fine, but there are better ones out there. Speaker should be better. Performance should be better. Battery life, I'm not quite sure yet. Software is fine. Camera, I don't know. And 21:9 shouldn't be a thing at all. So these are way too many things not done right for the price. And I hope my experience will vastly improve over the next few days. But I have extremely high doubts, because if a phone doesn't grab my attention from the first few minutes, that's usually not a good sign. But if it actually shows me so much stuff that I don't like, and things that I know that won't really improve or aren't really an option to improve. I mean, I could get used to 21:9, which won't happen, but that could happen. But the speaker won't be good and all those things. And performance, I mean, it just has to improve. Otherwise, it's pretty much of a dud. So definitely not a first impression video. Not a hands-on. Not a preview. Not a review at all. But also not supposed to be a rant. I'm actually very disappointed, because those phones, if they would have done it right, could have been pretty nice. But from what I see right now, oh boy. Let's just finish this now. Bye.